Miss Kentucky. Miss Kentucky is Krista Kalaine Keith. She's 15 years old. She's from Edgewood, and she's a sophomore in high school. Now, Krista, I understand you sang on cable television, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Now, do you plan to make singing a career?
Yes, I'd like to be a contemporary gospel singer.
A contemporary gospel singer. Now, what's a contemporary gospel singer?
Well, have you ever heard of Amy Grant?
Okay. She's a contemporary gospel singer.
Yes.
All right. How did you happen to get interested in gospel instead of, say, pop or rock or something like that?
Well, my father's a minister.
I see. Now, I've always heard that it's real tough being a minister's kid, is it?
No, I've always found a lot of benefits.
What are some of those benefits?
Well, good advice free.
Could all use a little bit of that. Thank you very much, Miss Kentucky. All right, our second is Miss California. All right, Miss California is Shawn Gardner. She's 17 years old. She's a high school junior from Modesto, California, right?
Right.
Now, everybody has the idea that California is Hollywood, glitter and glamour, but it's not the truth, is it?
No, not all. I'm from Modesto, and it's the heart of the San Joaquin Valley. And in our valley, we're known as the salad bowl country of America. We grow 6 crops of lettuce, radishes, onions, tomatoes. We're agriculture area.
So it's not like the pavements and the buildings of Los Angeles?
No, we also grow more cotton in our valley than any other country in our nation.
I'll be darned. Well, now, I also understand that you work in a modeling agency and you teach modeling to little kids.
Yes, I do.
How old?
Well, 3 to 12, and I just teach them a little bit about self-confidence and how to present yourself and walk and turn, just things like that.
Is there a lot of work for 3-year-olds?
No, not in modeling, but it's good for them, you know. They feel better about themselves when they go through the school.
I think it's very admirable of you. Miss California. Thank you. Our third candidate is Miss Arkansas, and she's Angela Boyd. She's 18 years old and a recent high school graduate, plans to attend Arkansas State University in the fall. Now, you were also the winner of Miss Amity, right?
Yes, I was.
I remember the look on your face when you found out. How did you feel at that moment?
I was so excited, I almost fainted.
Now, you're going to begin college this fall, right? What are you going to major in?
I'm going to major in fashion merchandising.
And what do you plan to do after you get your degree?
I hope to own my own fashion boutique.
Now, what kind of things would you sell in your fashion boutique?
Mostly cocktail dresses and formals.
Now, tell us about the chaperones. I understand that when all the girls are down here, you have a chaperone, right? What do they do for you?
The chaperones buy you just anything you need, and my chaperone is one of the greatest. Her name is Ellen, and she's so sweet. We've made her a banner, Miss Ellen.
I understand that over the past week, something special happened to Miss Ellen, right?
Yes, she had her 70th birthday, and we celebrated it with a cake.
How did Miss Ellen manage to keep up with all of you?
She has managed very well. She stayed right behind us all the way.
Well, I think that's terrific. Thank you, Miss Arkansas.
Thank you.
Next, let's meet Miss New York. She's Ruth Elizabeth Zakarian. She's 17 years old. She's from Amsterdam, New York, and she's a recent high school graduate. Now, you've gotten out of high school. What do you plan to do now, Ruth?
Well, actually, I'm graduating under the early admittance program, so I will be finishing my last year of high school and my first year of college in the same year.
I see. And then what do you plan to do? You also are interested in theater, acting, I understand?
Yes, then I'd like to transfer to the Herbert Berghoff School of Theatrical Arts in New York.
Now, I understand you were already involved in a theatrical group in your neighborhood.
Well, actually, I'm involved in a couple, Mike.
All right. Tell me about one of them.
One is the Role Players Repertory Company, and that's one of the ones I really enjoy a lot. We do improvisational acting.
Now, what kind of improvisational acting do you do?
Well, say, for instance, maybe a school would ask us to come and do a skit for them on maybe drug abuse. And then we would have a situation and then make up the lines as we go along. We present problems, but we do not present answers because life doesn't have answers to all the problems.
You're just trying to help kids bring out their feelings.
Yes, well, it helps them to think, to make up their mind about things.
Thank you very much, Miss New York. And now we have Miss Texas. Her name is Sherry Schultz. She's 17 years old and from Lubbock, Texas, and she's a high school senior. So you're going to be getting out soon, right?
I hope so.
Hope you do too. What are your plans for the future, Sherry?
Well, after high school, I hope to go to college at Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas, and I hope to pursue a career in broadcasting.
Do you want to work in front of the camera, behind the scenes? What?
Well, I want to work both. I want to work behind the cameras with the lightings and the technical problems, as well as in front of the camera as a model.
I think she should work in front of the camera, don't you? Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, you've come to Lakeland, and you've been here all this week with girls from all over the country. You're the candidate, first Miss Teen candidate from Texas. What do they ask you about Texas?
Well, ironically, they asked me how many horses I have in my backyard, how many oil wells we have in Texas, and do I know JR personally. But I guess now I can tell them no, but I know Morgan Brittany.
Yes, Morgan will arrange for a personal introduction, I'm sure. Thank you very much, Miss Texas. All right, ladies and gentlemen, those are our first 5 semifinals. Please come forward, Miss Washington. Miss Washington is Rhonda Monroe. She's 17 years old, and she's a high school senior. Hi, Rhonda.
Hi.
What do you plan to do when you graduate from high school?
I'm going to go to college and take business and fashion design and fashion merchandise.
And then what do you eventually want to have, a boutique or something, or what?
No, I just want to go to school so I have something to back me up.
I see. What is your then major career goal then?
To be a professional model.
Now, you've already done a good bit of modeling, correct?
Yes.
What would you say? I'm sure there are lots of girls out there who are watching, who are younger and want to get into modeling. What would you tell them? What kind of advice would you give them?
If they want to do it, do it. You should do everything you want to do in life. You only live once.
Is it hard work, though?
It's hard, but it's worth it. It's lots of fun. You meet a lot of beautiful people.
I understand you had an opportunity to travel to Japan in your modeling, right?
I was in Japan last year at this time.
Did you learn any Japanese?
A little.
Say something for us.
Oh. Domo arigato. That's thank you.
That's what?
Thank you.
Oh, and thank you, Miss Washington. Thank you very much. Next, we have Miss Nevada. She's Kim Cannon. She's 18 years old from Las Vegas, Nevada, and she's a recent high school graduate. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
What are your plans for the future?
I want to go to college, and I want to major in computer science and become a computer engineer.
Oh, have a mathematical mind, do you?
Yes.
Now, I'm sure over the last weeks here, you've met lots of girls and made lots of friends. What have you enjoyed most about meeting these girls?
Well, I've learned more about my country. I've learned a little bit about each state. So now I'm more well-rounded, know about my country more.
Now, what have the girls asked you about Las Vegas, living in Las Vegas?
If I live in a hotel.
Okay.
No, I don't live in a hotel. I live in a house.
And what else did they ask you?
Well, they asked me what it was like living there, if I gambled, if I went on the strip. But
Do you gamble?
No, you have to be 21 to gamble.
Okay, good. Of course, it's a normal life, only she has a slot machine in the hallway, right?
Right.
Thank you, Miss Nevada.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Next, we have Miss Virginia. Miss Virginia is Tina Morocco. She's 16 years old. She's a high school senior and attends Bishop O'Connell High School. I know Bishop O'Connell High School. Do you have a good football team this year?
I sure hope so.
Now, you're also a cheerleader there, right?
Yes, I am.
So you'll be rooting them on.
For sure.
I understand they've already started school, if I remember correctly, right?
No, we don't start until next Tuesday.
Ah, so you have a little extra time, right?
A little.
Now, when you graduate, do you plan to attend college?
Yes, I do, and major in dentistry to become an orthodontist.
Gonna be an orthodontist. Why did you decide to be a dentist?
Well, I like to smile, and I like to see other people smile, and anything I can do to improve their smile, why not?
I think it's admirable. What did you learn about Lakeland, Florida over the last couple of weeks?
Well, I've learned that it is the citrus capital of the world, and in Polk County itself, it produces...
You can't go wrong at this point.
I learned that Polk County produces more citrus fruit than the whole state of California.
You're gonna get me in trouble in a minute, huh? And you must have learned the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going all the way, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Miss Virginia. All right. Next, we have Miss Pennsylvania. She's Diane Hoyes, and she's 18 years old and a recent high school graduate. You've graduated now, so what are your plans for the future, Diane?
I'm going to go to school for fashion merchandising at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in Los Angeles, California.
Gonna cross the country? Will you feel a little bit frightened going to a state where you don't know anybody?
No, my two brothers live in there. They live in North Hollywood.
Oh, that's right. It says here your two brothers are actors.
Yes, they are.
You didn't want to be an actress?
Someday I would like to be an actress.
Oh, I see. You're going to start with fashion merchandising and then move on.
Right, right.
Now, I also understand that you're the editor of, you're the entertainment editor, rather, of your high school newspaper, right?
I
What do you do as the entertainment editor?
We reviewed restaurants and concerts and put in gossip columns.
Could you like review Air Supply? Who's going to be on our show soon?
Sure.
What would you say about Air Supply?
Give them an A+.
An A+. I think they give you an A+ too, Miss Pennsylvania. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, we have Miss Georgia. Miss Georgia is Kelly Gerald. She's 16 years old and she's a high school senior. A senior. So what do you plan to do after graduation, Kelly?
First of all, I'd like to go to college at the University of Georgia.
Go Dogs, right?
Right. And I'd like to hopefully get a degree in early childhood education because I love children. And hopefully someday, hopefully, I'll be a singer.
Now, I understand you had an opportunity to sing at the governor's inauguration in Georgia, right?
Oh, yes, that was a very, very fun experience for me.
What was it like? Was it very exciting?
Oh, it was. I didn't sing at the gala because that's strictly professional, and I'm still strictly amateur. And I got to sing on the steps of the Capitol that day, and people were taking tours, and they stopped and listened, and it was really fun.
I also understand that you had an opportunity to eat dinner at the governor's mansion.
Oh, yes, I got to, me and two other people, one of my very good friends from Perry, Georgia, invited me to go spend the night at the governor's mansion, and it was wonderful. And it was so exciting because the butlers and everything, they served us food, and it was so nerve-wracking because I had to make sure everything was just perfect.
Well, at least we know the governor of Georgia is living well. Butlers? Well, I'll call the Reagans and see that they invite you as well, all right?
Okay, that'll be great.
Yes, thank you, Miss Georgia. And those are our 10